is located here in the crown. This is the divine heart. In the case of the saints, the divine heart is highly activated. That is why you can see a golden halo around their head. Not just Christian saints, but saints all over the world have this golden halo around their head. Would you like to learn how to activate this divine heart center? Without spending 10 years in the monastery, kneeling down and praying? Huh? And without having to abstain from sex? We'll talk about sex later. But it's like this. Before the divine heart center can be activated, your personal heart center must be activated. If a person does not feel anything for one's parent, one's wife, or one's partner, or one's children, how can the person be expected to have universal love? That is not possible, right? Is it possible? No. It is like this. In Twin Hearts meditation, you have to be aware of the heart center and you start blessing the earth. When you bless the earth with love, the heart center gets activated. When the heart center gets activated, this center becomes partially activated. So what you do in the second step is, you should be aware of the crown and start blessing the earth with love. That's all. You bless with your heart and with your divine heart. When you do that, these two heart centers become highly activated. Once they are highly activated, you are partially ready for illumination. You are partially ready for self-realization. But it's a little bit more complicated. Would you like to know the details? It's like this. Your higher soul tries to communicate with the incarnated soul. Like, John, wake up, how are you? John cannot hear because there are so much noises. Let me explain. Martin, will both of you volunteer? Yes. Yes. Okay, Martin, would you just stay over there? Jackie, would you please stay over there? Now, just imagine that who would like to be the higher soul? Okay. Okay. Now, just imagine that Jackie is the higher soul, Martin is the incarnated soul. Jackie wants to communicate with Martin. You know, Jackie is looking at Martin and said, "Oh my God, this person, his life has to improve." Okay, Jackie, would you like to say something to Martin?
Can you hear me?
No. Say something for 5 minutes. Come on.
Something nice?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, something nice. Say something, please.
Hello, Martin. It's lovely.
Everybody start talking. Everybody start talking. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Please have a seat. So, thank you. It is like this. Between the higher soul and the incarnated soul, there are so much noises. What are these noise? What are these inner noise? These are the inner thoughts and feelings that are floating around in your mind. Now, clairvoyantly, this is seen as thoughts and feeling floating in your aura. Did I say something? Well, what did I just say? There are thoughts and feeling floating inside your aura. So this higher soul tried to communicate with the incarnated soul, but the incarnated soul cannot hear because there are so many thoughts and feelings floating around. Cannot hear you. The question is, how do you still your mind? How do you still your emotion? How do you get rid of this thought in your aura? How do you get rid of this feeling in your aura so that you can communicate? Are you interested? Yeah. Now, you can do things the hard way. I'll teach you the difficult method first. The method that will take 10, 20, 30 years or several incarnations. What you can do is you can just practice awareness and be aware of this thought coming in and out and not do anything. Now, if you do not do anything, this thought, this feeling, they get starved. And when they get starved, they die. So you must not resist. The only problem with this technique is that it takes a long, long time. That is one. Number two, there are a lot of pent-up emotions, pent-up thought within you. So if you practice this awareness technique, it is good, but sometimes it could be, what is the term in psychology? It could be very cathartic. You know, a lot of intense emotion coming out. It could be horrifying. You know, it's like something that's coming out of your subconscious mind. This is the old way. This way it will take a long, long time. It will take 10, 20, 30 years. There's a shortcut. What is the shortcut? It is by becoming a channel. It is by becoming an instrument of love. It is like this. When you bless the earth through your heart and through your crown, you, the incarnated soul, including your higher soul, become a channel for divine energy, for divine light, divine love, divine power. So when this divine energy starts coming down into you, it flushes out these inner noises. Did I say something? It flushes out these inner noises. These inner thoughts, inner emotions are temporarily flushed out, and some of them are partially disintegrated. So because of this tremendous energy that is coming out of you, inner you, all these inner noises are flushed out. In other words, you are able to achieve stillness and calmness almost immediately. Now, why is stillness very, very important? It's like this. If you have water that is turbulent, can you see through the water? Can you see through the water? No, because it's turbulent. But if the water is calm, you allow it to remain calm, whatever inside, it settles down. Then you see through the water, right? Right? That water is your emotion and your mind. When your emotion and your mind become still, when the inner noises are removed, it is possible to achieve self-realization. It is possible to become aware that you are the soul, that you are one with your soul. That is the meaning of divine union. But this is done through regular practice, practice with detachment. You bless the earth through your heart, you bless the earth through your crown, you bless the earth through your heart and your divine heart. After that, you have to practice stillness. How do you do it? It's like this. You see, your body is a very sophisticated equipment. It can project thought, it can receive thought. Unfortunately, we are in an ocean of thought. We are in an ocean of feeling. Are you aware of that? Each one of us are constantly producing thought, producing different kinds of feeling. And since we live in a city, we are actually in a sort of ocean, in a sort of feeling. Since you are very, very sensitive, sometimes you pick up feeling and thought that do not belong to you. Clear? Now, being a sensitive equipment, how do you shift the station to a higher station so that you do not pick up the lower signals? Are you interested? It is like this. We use the mantra. We use the mantra Om. Why do we use the mantra Om? It is very simple. There's a saying that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, or something like that. Right? Anything that you want to describe God, always start with an Om. Have you noticed that? Any description about God, always start with an Om. You say, God is very, very infinitely intelligent. So how do you describe God that is very infinitely intelligent? You say God is omniscient. Strange, huh? Huh? Or you say, God is infinitely powerful, irresistible power. How do you say God is infinitely powerful? You say, God is omnipotent. Strange. Right or wrong? As a matter of fact, you can feel the energy, the power of Om. Just raise your hand here. Raise your hand. Okay, let's experiment. God is infinitely loving. God is omni-loving. God is omni-sweet. God is omnipotent. God is omnipresent. Strange. Did you feel the energy? Yes? Now, another way of pronouncing Om is Aum. Did I say something? Aum. So Jesus said, I am Alpha and Omega. So that is Aum. Strange. Things that are so obvious are not so obvious. Now they become obvious. Let's try Aum. Raise your hand. Okay. Aum. Do you feel something? So the word Aum is sacred. The word Om is sacred. It is connected with creation. Can we prove that Aum or Om is connected with creation? Can we prove it? It's very simple. Let's talk about sex for a while. No. Sex is sacred, by the way. Look, you recall, when you're having sex, and you're really having a fantastic time, and you have wholesome attitude, what do you say? Right? Am I right or am I wrong? Wait. I'm not yet finished. Look, be honest. When you're really having a fantastic time, you say, oh. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Okay. Now, if you're really having a fantastic time, you say, Am I right or am I wrong? Am I right or am I wrong? So, sex is a sacred act. It is an act where you can generate intense love, and with proper attitude, you can achieve divine union. All you have to do is identify yourself that you are the soul, that your partner is the soul. That's all. Normally, people have sex, they have fun. That is good. That is very, very good. Now, if they have sex and they have lots of love, that is even better because they experience so much love, so much intimacy. Right or wrong? Right? But you can go one step farther by looking at your partner and say, I love the divinity within you. I respect the divinity within you. I am the soul and you are the soul. Now, if you do that, the sex becomes a real sacred act. Through this simple union, it is possible to achieve divine union. You do not have to spend 10, 20 years in the cave, in the monastery, in the nunnery to achieve self-realization. Just treat your partner nicely and you can have something that you like. As simple as that. Just proper attitude about sex. No, I'm really serious. But anyway, let's go back to Twin Hearts meditation. So, to shift your consciousness to a higher station, you use the mantra Om, or Aum, or Amen. It doesn't matter. Whatever that makes you shift to something high, that is okay. You can use the word Jesus, you can use the word Christ, you can use Om, you can use Krishna, you can use whatever that you like that is suitable for your culture. It's just simply a way of shifting to higher station. So, you are shifted to higher station, how do you achieve stillness? It's like this. Between two words, there is stillness. Is there a moment of rest? So when you say Om, then you say Om. Between these two Om, there's a rest. And in this rest, there is stillness. So when you are repeating the mantra Om, you should not only be aware of the mantra Om, but the stillness between the mantra. Clear? Okay, let's try. First you say, I am the soul. I am one with my higher soul. I am one with all. I am not the body. I am not the thoughts. I am not the feeling. These are things that are generated by you. Clear? They're real. Your body is real. Your feeling is real. Your thoughts are real, but they are created by you. Clear? Your creation is not you. Is that absolutely clear? Okay, let's try. You say,